Hi guys, today I'm bringing you another video from my true life crime series. Today I'm going to be talking about the case of the murder of Dee Dee Blanchard. On June 14th, 2015, the body of Dee Dee Blanchard was found in her small pink bungalow. Upon her body being found, she was found face down in a puddle of her own blood. She had suffered from multiple stab wounds in her back and neck, but what worried family and friends the most was that her special needs daughter was missing, thought to be abducted. Her teenage daughter, Gypsy Rose, was thought to have the mental capacity of a 7-year-old and also suffered from many chronic conditions such as muscular dystrophy, epilepsy, leukemia, and asthma. She was wheelchair bound and also solely dependent on her mother Dee Dee for her care. The small pink bungalow was the home to the Blanchards, but it also housed a much deeper secret. Blanchard was described by friends as a sweet lady. She was also known as the sole caretaker of her daughter Gypsy. She was also previously a nurse, so in the public eye she looked like she was a great lady, but Gypsy saw the much darker side of her. Gypsy was a victim of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. It's a big long word which basically means the causing or over-exaggerating of symptoms to look like it's producing illnesses. Dee Dee had been running a scam using her daughter Gypsy to make the public eye believe that she was terminally ill with all these illnesses when she in fact was not. Because of this, Dee Dee and Gypsy both got a bunch of once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. They got monetary donations. They even got a free house built for them. So they greatly were privileged because people believed this fraud that they were. Once Gypsy got older, she started becoming her own person, and she felt bad about lying to her friends and family and didn't want to be constantly confined to a wheelchair even though she could walk, and she didn't want to have to pretend she had leukemia. So she started trying to break away from her mother, Dee Dee. And once Dee Dee realized this, she got a lawyer to grant her a power of attorney, and that power of attorney stated that Gypsy was not mentally capable of taking care of herself, which left Dee Dee in charge to make all decisions for her daughter Gypsy. Feeling trapped, Gypsy sought solace online through online strangers, and that is where she met an autistic man named Nicholas Godejohn. Soon the two became romantically involved. Around the year 2012, it's believed, they described themselves as being in a relationship. And not too long after they started dating, Gypsy opened up with all the dark secrets of what her mom had put her through. The fact that she was confined to a wheelchair even though she could walk. The fact that her mom put a feeding tube in her and was limiting what nutrition she got to help keep her small and making her look very young and frail. And all these unnecessary surgeries she did not need. And soon after, Gypsy reached Nicholas and was trying to find a way to get her well-deserved freedom. The couple soon decided that the only way Gypsy could get free of Dee Dee, because she had tried to escape in the past, was that she needed to be killed. So Gypsy one night left her front door unlocked and coached Nicholas on how to enter the house quietly, not to wake Dee Dee. And Gypsy sought shelter in her bathroom and listened to her mom scream out for help while Nicholas Godejohn stabbed her multiple times. After the murder, the couple had sex in the pink bungalow. Nicholas and Gypsy took a bunch of cash from Dee Dee's safe, and they took a Greyhound to Nicholas's home. Discovered that Dee Dee was dead after there was some pretty graphic post posted on Gypsy and Dee Dee's shared Facebook. I'm gonna show an image of that now while I talk over this. Nobody had heard from Dee Dee. Family and friends contacted the police department for a welfare check, and upon arrival they discovered Dee Dee's body face down in a pool of her own blood. The IP address was tracked to Nicholas Godejohn's house in Wisconsin, and after a short standoff, Nicholas Godejohn and Gypsy Rose Blanchard were arrested. Gypsy later said that she posted that post because she wanted her mom's body found sooner. And shortly, a couple days after, the Godejans found a package at their home and turned it into authorities. Inside, it contained a bloody knife and a pair of gloves also covered in blood. Interviewing both Nicholas Godejohn and Gypsy Rose opened to the police about everything she had experienced in her 20 years of life and everything she had gone through with her mother. She also talked about the murder itself. Then she was charged with murder, but later on she agreed to a plea deal of taking first-degree murder off the table, and she received second-degree murder. She pled guilty and received 10 years as the terms of her plea deal. Nicholas Godejohn is currently awaiting trial. He should be going to trial here in December, I believe. It's a very complicated case, and I don't think it exactly falls in black or white. It is not definitely innocent and it's not definitely guilty. I grew more and more sympathy for Gypsy the more I heard about her story, because it seemed like she had less and less options for escape the further she went on. The sad part was a couple doctors believed that she was being abused, and they did not report it to the proper authorities. It was reported once, but nothing was caught by CPS, and the file was soon dropped after that. I do believe she is guilty of talking Nicholas into killing her mother, but I don't believe she really had any other options at that point. I think that the straw that really broke the camel's back was when Dee Dee got the power of attorney over Gypsy. That was her way of keeping Gypsy trapped forever. That was her way of always holding a power over Gypsy, and the fact that Gypsy couldn't even report this to the police, to the proper authorities, because her mom would just show them this piece of paper that says, no, she's got the mental capacity of a 7-year-old. Like, that nobody would really believe that, at least in my opinion. Now, she did receive 10 years. She only has to serve 8 of those. But I kind of feel like that is a fair sentence. I definitely don't think she should have served life. I feel like she knew what she was doing was wrong, but it was honestly probably one of her only chances of finally escaping her mother. And it's sad that it had to get to that point. It had to get to murdering someone for her to finally get her well-deserved freedom. As for Nicholas Godejohn, I don't think he would have killed Dee Dee if Gypsy wouldn't have asked him to. It's important to remember that he has autism, so he thinks differently than you and I. I don't believe, really thought this through all the way to the end. I think he thought that once Dee Dee was gone, their problems would all be solved and they can live happily ever after. But it didn't turn out that way. He committed a crime. I hope he does not get sentenced to life in prison. I do not feel like that would be a fair sentencing, but I do believe he deserves some time. Now, the amount of time I can't really say. I do not study the law in that depth, but I do believe he deserves either being confined to a mental hospital to get the mental help he needs, or he needs to also serve some prison time to really pay for taking someone's life. That is gonna be all I'm gonna say on the Gypsy Dee Dee Blanchard trial. Maybe after sentencing Nicholas Godejohn, I might revisit this depending on the amount of requests or questions I have about this. But I'm going to end that video here. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to be covering another really sad case, kind of the polar opposite of this one. So I hope you enjoy. If you like these type of videos about true life crimes and conspiracy theories or anything like that, feel free to like my channel. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.